Welcome everyone to Bell to Bell. I'm your host, Mr. Nix, and I have to say we've had an amazing edition of Fight Night this week in the birthplace of Extreme, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We have some amazing matches, so no hesitation. Let's go ahead and jump right in to all the action, and it's an Extreme edition of Bell to Bell. Our first matchup is an Extreme Battle Royal. Now you had 10 competitors in this matchup. Texas Tornado, Diablo Deathbringer, Gangster Destruction, Levi the Hunter, American Justice, Miss Glow, Michael M.S. Payne, Iron Maiden, the Staten Island Princess, and the debuting C.J. Wood. Now eliminations are as follows. Diablo Deathbringer is drop kicked over the top rope by American Justice. Second up is Iron Maiden. She is hit with a kendo stick and sent over the top rope by C.J. Wood. Third elimination is the Texas Tornado when she's dumped to the outside by Michael M.S. Payne and lands in a powerbomb position through a table. Number 4 is Levi the Hunter when he's super kicked over the top rope by C.J. Wood. The fifth elimination is Michael M.S. Payne when he gets hit by the glowing kicks of Miss Glow, sending him over the top rope and eliminating him. The next elimination is Staten Island Princess and Miss Glow are fighting on the ropes when they are both dumped over by C.J. Wood, and eliminating them both at the same time. The next person eliminated is the Gangster of Destruction when American Justice comes out of nowhere and hits him with a hard Van Daminator after tossing a chair right into his face. The last person elimination is American Justice when he gets knocked over the top rope by a big boot from C.J. Wood, making the debuting C.J. Wood the winner of this Extreme Battle Royal. Our next matchup is the first blood match. Psycho the Clown takes on P.W.O. member Maverick. These two men go back and forth, blocking each other with hard strikes and forearms. Maverick wins out with a hard knee, but Psycho comes back with a clothesline over the top rope. Maverick lands on the outside. Psycho begins to look underneath the ring, finding a kendo stick and a thick bike chain. He takes a kendo stick and begins to strike Maverick with it over and over, until Maverick finally escapes, grabs the bike chain, and then slams it into Psycho's skull. He keeps retaliating until finally Psycho manages to stumble away, grabs a chair from underneath the ring, and slams it into the head of Maverick. Now what you don't see is that Maverick had put up his hands to brace himself for the shot, but the chain got right in the middle and hit him directly in the skull, opening him up, making him the first person to bleed, awarding the win to Psycho the Clown. Our next match is the Women's Alpha Series Championship. We have the champion, Black Queen, versus Victoria Princess. She's cashing in her contract from Fool's Gold. These two women go toe to toe. Victoria manages to hit a few heavy strikes to start off the match, but the Black Queen comes back with a series of suplexes. Victoria manages to rally back with a series of kicks, but the Black Queen manages to duck a bullhammer attempt and come back with a black mass, but Victoria dodges that and then hits a hard super kick to the jaw of the Queen to get a 2 count. Eventually the Black Queen does fight back, hitting a leaping knee and then the march of the Black Queen. She sets up for a World Torture Rack, but Victoria manages to escape before it's locked in. She attempts another bullhammer, but the Black Queen ducks and locks in the Royal Torture Rack to get the victory and retain her championship. Our next matchup is the Fight Night Heritage Championship Tournament Finals. The ladder match to determine the brand new Heritage Champion. We have MDM, the Jackal, Team Money, and the Huggable One, and Adonis Crusher. Now this match was epic. It had moment to moment, had the crowd into every second of it. From the Huggable hitting a Bailey to belly on the Crusher, from off the ladder, to the Jackal spearing MDM through a ladder, to T-Money leaping from a ladder inside the ring, to the Jackal on the outside of the ring on a table with a leg drop. An amazing feat, I have to say. You have Crusher hitting a sunset powerbomb later on the match on T-Money from on top of the ladder. That impact was thunderous. We have MDM and the Huggable teaming together to later on the match as MDM is holding Adonis Crusher, trying to make sure he doesn't grab or climb up the ladder to grab the championship. The Huggable is at the top, looks down and leaps from the top, hitting a huge heart attack on the Crusher, cramming him to the ground. But eventually, after all of this carnage, it is one person who slowly crawls up the ladder and grabs the Heritage Championship, becoming the new champion. His name is MDM. Our next matchup is an extreme steel cage match. We have TJ Carson takes on Corey Tombstone. These two use the weapons and the steel cage itself to give one amazing match. TJ Carson uses a steel chair to bust open Corey Tombstone, while Tombstone comes back a little later on with kendo stick strikes to the skull. Eventually, these two lead to throwing each other straight into the steel cage itself. A little later on, Tombstone attempts a powerbomb through a table, but Carson manages to reverse it into a Hurricane Rana, sending Tombstone flying over the table. Finally, the finish of the match comes when Corey Tombstone and TJ Carson are brawling it out on the top rope, attempting to climb out, when TJ Carson locks on a side effect and leaps from the top rope, sending both of them through a table and manages to get the pinfall to become the victor. Our next matchup is Instant Classic Tag Team Championship match. We have the pit match. The ring is surrounded by a 10-foot plexiglass barricade. The only way to escape is by climbing up the walls to escape through the top of the pit. We have the champions, the Buffalo Bills, taking on the debuting Untouchables and the debuting prestigious World Order. All teams went through the challenge system and paid the money to get in the match. Now this match was a unique and stammering match. Kyle's Story hits a huge belly on Maverick from the apron, sending Maverick into the wall of the pit, then crashing to the floor. We have MDM hitting a huge top rope Mayhem DDT on MasterKiller. We have the P.W.O hitting Kyle's Story and DJZ with a super kick party. We also have the Bills hitting the namesake The Pit finisher on MDM in the center of the ring. We have DJZ hitting CJ Wood with a turntable kick, but MasterKiller manages to come back and hit DJZ also with the Killer Instinct. Now, the finish of the match when P.W.O clears the entire ring, every single competitor and the referee with a super kick party. They then stack a 10-foot ladder against the wall of the pit and slowly climb up it to become the new Instant Classic Tag Team Champions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm here to bring you the results for Fight Night's match, the Barbwire rope match, featuring the Curse and Tony the Hammer Morrison. These two slug it out, going back and forth with hard rights. The Hammer slings the Curse into the barbed wire ropes and slicing his back to pieces. as the Hammer follows with a hard chop to the Curse, but the Curse comes back with a straight headbutt and hits a strong lariat. The Curse tosses the Hammer into the corner. He attempts a clothesline, but ducks, and the Hammer attempts a big boot, but the Curse catches it and lifts the Hammer up on the barbed wire ropes. The Hammer falling chest first, slicing his chest wide open. These two use the barbed wire ropes to cut each other to pieces, covering the ring in their own blood. The Curse manages to pull off a abyssal powerbomb and covers the Hammer, but it only manages to get a 2 count. But the Hammer recovers and comes back with a pop-up powerbomb. Then the Hammer goes for the cover, but suddenly the ref counts to 2 and the lights go out for a few moments. But when the lights come back on, the Hounds are in the ring surrounded the Hammer, and they suddenly beat down the Hammer. Moments later, here comes Raw, and oh my God, the one and only submission specialist, Scott Chambers, is running down to the ring to aid the Hammer in fighting off of the Hounds, as the Hounds are grabbing the Curse and making their way up to the ramp. Only God knows what is in store for the main event.
And now for our main event, we have the Fight Night World Heavyweight Championship match. MasterKiller taking on Madman Joe. Madman Joe cashes in his $100,000 contract to get this match in an Extreme Rules match. MasterKiller gets control from the beginning of the match. He strikes with a series of clotheslines, but Madman Joe ducks one and hits a series of chops and launches MasterKiller to the ropes. MasterKiller comes back, reverses it, but Joe manages to reverse it and slams MasterKiller into the corner. Madman Joe runs in the corner, but MasterKiller dodges out of the way. Joe crashes into the corner. MasterKiller picks up a nearby chair and launches it into the face of Madman Joe as he comes out of the corner. A few minutes later, Joe comes back and hits a Samoan drop on MasterKiller on the outside, sending him through a table. Joe then starts to throw MasterKiller around on the outside, but MasterKiller manages to reverse a sling into the ring post, sending Joe face first. MasterKiller turns around and hits the Killer Instinct, with Joe slammed against the ring post. MasterKiller manages to back up, set up a ring stairs, and back up a little further. As Joe recovers on one knee, he runs and leaps off for a giant clothesline, but Madman Joe catches him, runs to the set of stairs, and hits the mad charge with MasterKiller's back slamming into the steel ring steps. Madman Joe throws him off the stairs and makes the attempted pen cover to get the 1, 2, 3 to become the new Fight Night World Heavyweight Champion. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me here at Bell to Bell this week. I have to say, Philly proved an amazing night. Next week we have Boston. Then we are off to Rome, Italy for Midsummer's Nightmare, the big pay-per-view to kick off the amazing summer we have planned here at Fight Night. Now, as part of this contract for winning the Heritage Championship Tournament, we have the brand new Fight Night Heritage Champion, and what we like to call the Final Bell. Go ahead and take it away.
Yo, Fight Night. I guess you can see the smile on my face, and I guess by now you already know why. I did what I said I was gonna do. I survived, I outlasted, and I put you all down in your place. Beneath me, I climbed that ladder ring by ring by ring till I got to the very top. And I secured the one thing that I had been fighting for from the very beginning of this tournament. Oh yeah, that's right, Daddy. Your brand new heritage champion. I told you so. I told you so from the very beginning that I would get the job done. I was confident. I was damn good. I showed you everything I had from the very first day I was in this company. And it all came to a head in Philadelphia. And I walked out the brand new heritage champion. I know some of you probably upset. Some of you probably even angry. But that's okay. Because I got it done. And I stand before you today the champion. For any challengers, any newcomers that come my way, MDM is ready. So bring it and don't sing it.